Hey folks, it's Ivan, and Keen Software came out with another announcement today for medieval engineers, and it's a big one. November 21st, 2017. Mark it down in your calendars if you own medieval engineers. That's when point 6 comes to live. And also, it looks like they're creating a new planet. I don't know, it says coming soon. So whether or not the planet will be available on release, I'm not sure, but if it is, I'm going to assume that it is at the it'd be very disappointing if Point Six launched without a planet like this. Uh, as fantastic as it looks. The unfortunate bit for me actually is that that same day in the afternoon, I get on a train to go home for the week. So I won't be able to play it for more than a few hours if they release it early in the morning. We'll see. And that's Central Standard Time for me. Um, if they do release it, I'm going to plan on starting season 4 and releasing that video on Thanksgiving. So stay tuned for that. That would be fantastic. And I'll have some more information regarding that after this. So the other thing they had was a link to their Facebook page, which again, I didn't really know they had it until now. And so I clicked on until this past week, I really hadn't thought about it. They have so many forms of communication. And so I went through all the photos beforehand, and now I'm going to go over and look for things that weren't apparent when I first looked at them. For example, this right here looks like either it's a mismatched voxel or it could be a new ore. And I'd be very interested to see if that's the case, that there are new ores. It's kind of tannish. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. But that's in the Arctic right now. I don't know if there's going to be ores specific to different biomes or if it's just random like it used to. But it definitely looks like there's new ores. All right, moving forward, it looks like we've got a new source of vegetation. Here, this leafless branch bush thing. Very interesting. It reminds me of home in the winter in Illinois here. And the one thing that I really liked was this tree here, the snow-tipped tree. It's just that added addition makes this so much more realistic and immersive. And it even looks like the smaller trees too are snow-tipped. That's fantastic. What I really want to know is if there's actual biomes in the game, or if this is based on the voxel that the trees plant on. Like for instance, this snow could be like a tree voxel, like our forest, or is this like I said, is it a voxel zone where any trees, regardless of what soil is underneath it, will show up as this? I look forward to finding that out. Oh, I did see that the tool itself looks a little lighter, so maybe they're lighting up the iron tools. We'll see. All right, next up is the forest, which, wonderful. It's just, it reminds me so much of home. Back in the day, back in the early 90s, growing up, I was born in the 80s, lived through the entire 90s. We didn't have the internet, really. It was... At first, it was like 28K, then it was 56K. I think we got the internet about like really late 90s. And so, anyways, so it's really thick here, and it reminds me of home. Before in point 5, it was very sparse, and it was good. It just wasn't great. So this edition is fantastic. I wonder how it's going to work with frames. The last thing I wanted to note about this picture in particular, take a look at this tool. This is definitely a different tool from iron. Now, I'm going to assume that Keen Software is not going to make a golden axe. They're not going to do a pole in Minecraft. So realistically, maybe bronze. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would probably, maybe we're getting bronze tools now, which would actually fit the era to an extent. So we'll see, I'll keep tabs on that to see for what happens with it. And it could now. The only part I'm concerned about is if that first picture. I hope that's not a bronze vein ore vein there. I hope that they're doing something with a combination of alloys, different metals to create alloys like this. And I'm sorry if alloys is the wrong term. I think that's the right term, but I didn't look it up before I started recording. Anyways, so looks great. I wonder how that's going to work, if all the tools are going to be the same or if they're going to be different tiered. It will be very interesting to see that in the end. All right, moving forward, here's the grass field. It's very much like what seasons 1, 2, and 3 were built in, is a grassy open plain. The only thing to really note here is that there's a bush here that's very full. Definitely seems to be an addition. I think I saw that in the forest too. Maybe not. Oh yeah, in between the trees, it looks like that bush might be in there too. But moving back, it's a lighter green here, and it looks like they took a stab at fixing the rock voxels too. That's cool. No additional things besides that vegetation there. So moving forward, here's another angle of the grassy field. Nothing to be noted. All right. And then the next thing here is the crest. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of these biomes names ahead of time. But this was one. Taking a look at this, I would love to set up a village in here. Probably this might be season 4's location. It might not be. More on that at the end of the video. But just look at the rock formations and everything. I would love to explore right in there and see what's going on. Just, it begs to be something right there. Forward to the next picture. Here's another thing. This reminds me of the ravines at home for me. Except they need to be a lot more tree filled, and then it would be perfect. At home, the ravine has a creek that goes through this. I can't remember how these are formed. I don't think it's water erosion. I think it's something else. Feel free to correct me in the comments down below. I can't remember off the top of my head how those are formed. But I don't see any additional things. Just the same. Maybe these are the same bushes as before. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. Forward to the next one here. This is the rocky desert, and the first thing I noted here was the cactus off to the right. It's kind of hidden off to that side. It'll be very interesting to see if that has an actual use, or if it's going to be like the ferns where it's just cosmetics. I believe in Minecraft and 7 Days to Die, I don't know if it's a mod for Minecraft, but for 7 Days to Die, I believe you can harvest the cactus for cactus fruit. So we'll see if that's a food source, since I'm not quite seeing any other food sources in the area. Definitely some roots here. Just a fantastic. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see this firsthand. Nope, not just yet. The next one was this, a sandy desert. Holy cow. Who would ever live here? There's nothing here at all. God help you if you end up here. You're gonna have to travel maybe for miles before you can find some lumber to do anything. So anybody that builds here is more than likely gonna have to truck in all of the resources they need to build a place out here. It'll be very interesting to see. I could do it, and it would be cool. Make a little desert town out here. That could be a thing. Go out, try to get like a Crusader mod installed. Oh, if a little background on me, I played a lot of Stronghold Crusader, and I loved it. Back in the day. Yep, that's it for this one. Looks like there's those tan rocks. or, sandstone rocks maybe there. I don't know how well that comes around through in the video, but it's not gray. It's not a gray rock, so we'll see how that translates to the. All right, moving forward. Here's a steep. Yeah, got tongue tied there. This reminds me a lot of August, late August, early October, when things were apparently okay. Let's get rid of that. Ubisoft is apparently still installed, even though I uninstalled Rainbow Six Siege. Sorry about that. Anyways, it reminds me of fall time in this area, and probably like the last cutting that I'd ever get for the season for hay, and just really enjoyable. No additional Easter eggs, if you will, or items. Moving forward, here's the other picture they submitted for this biome, and I'm not sure what this is, because this looks like it could be, I don't know if this is tables, or maybe we're getting a new wall, or maybe this was the floor flipped up on its side. And I saw Dan do this a few times in some of his. Wonderful to look at. We'll have to see what this all means. But in case you're wondering how this how floors can be flipped up on their sides to create walls like this, you place down a floor, you copy it, and when you paste it, you can actually rotate it any way you want. The other thing I noted here was this use of palisades right here was of that. And of course, as you know, anybody who's seen my videos before, I love using palisades in all sorts of forms with my builds, because they're just that additional block to add value to the game. See anything else in this? So let's move forward. Next one is Tundra. And, you know, this really does look like a tundra to me. One thing I noted, it looks like it's kind of like frosted over. In addition to everything else in the permafrost here, you can kind of see just a wonderful artistic view on it. No additional things that I can see. Forward, here's the other version of the tundra. It makes me wonder if there's going to be glaciers in the game, because that would be really cool if there's a glacier area. And then we're back to Arctic. So, anyways, let's talk about Season 4 real quick. My plan is to, if the update comes out early enough, to record the first season of Season 4 and have it released on Thanksgiving Day. Which is the following Thursday. And so I'm going to try to put a poll down below. If for some reason I can't figure it out, and it'll be in the description down below, go ahead and comment down below and let me know which biome you saw here today that you would like me to build in. If there's a particular type of setting you want me to build in, let me know in the comment section down below. It's just I don't know which biome to pick, because they're so wonderful. Probably gonna steer away from the Arctic, just because it's gonna be cold out here, and it's gonna be cold out in the outside, and I don't want to be cold in the inside looking at snow 24/7. So we'll see about that one. But I'm leaning towards either the forest, because it's thicker now, but I've already done a forest in the multiplayer, so I'm kind of hesitant about that. This is kind of where I'm leaning towards the rest. It just, and if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm just so beautiful. We'll see. But let me know in the comments down below where you would love to see build. What kind of style you'd like me to build in. Greatly appreciated. And then the last thing I want to do is kind of pimp out the Discord again here. this is a wonderful tool for anybody, any players out here. As you can see, it's got the Space Engineers channel right here. It's got the Media Engineers channel. A little further down is the voice comm, so you can talk to players in here, meet up and do multiplayer stuff. Devs are in here. They're pretty active in the game, or active in the Discord. They help out modders a lot. I see that a lot in the modding channel where they help out. There's a lot of people talking, and you can see that the devs interact with people. That's great. Then here's Dan. Dan makes some wonderful scenes and different scenarios. Right now he's playing Space Engineers as opposed to Media Engineers, so get back to work. Love to actually play that new scenario he's got listed. I just haven't had the time. Here's the modders list here. Server admin, so in case you're playing on a server and you need to get a hold of somebody, here's a list of the admins. Different YouTubers. Here, there's Ecto Sage and well, there's a Wasted Space. I know that one. In his videos, World of Warcraft. And then the online community itself, right there. So, anyways, I highly recommend if you have a keen game, getting their Discord. It's a wonderful tool to have. You can contact other players. They've got help channels here. I've always found that this is the quickest way to get information as opposed to going to the different forums and such. And that's all I have for today. But stay tuned. If they have another preview tomorrow, I'll go over it. It'll probably be sometime in the afternoon or early morning, or not early morning, mid morning. I don't know, around noon. We'll see. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope the music wasn't too loud this time. I rushed through that, didn't listen to the music before I put that video out yesterday. I apologize for that in advance. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Again, comment sections down below if you have a particular biome you want me to set up in, or a particular type of building style you'd like to see. Let me know. The other thing I want to do is go into this vanilla. So I'm going to start with vanilla, and then I will add mods as I see fit. Barbarians and deer are going to be enabled at the beginning, but as time goes on, if they become a royal pain, I will disable them, and I'll let you all know about that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.